Okay, as usual, I owe no rights. Everything here, I owe no right. All rights are reserved to McGraw Hill. As usual, it's Robert W. Lucas 8th edition book on customer service skills for success. And I'm just walking you through the slides for educational purposes. And that's it. That's it for educational purposes. It's due to my affiliation with LA College. Enjoy. Let's quickly run through. What is the topic? The customer service and behavior. Chapter 6 of the book. And then this is the PowerPoint that goes with it. Okay. So the objectives, we'll look at the behavioral styles, why you should be concerned with them. We'll look at 4 key behavioral styles and the roles they play in customer service. We'll develop strategies for communicating effectively with each behavior. We'll respond to customer problem effectively while building relationship. We'll use knowledge of behavioral style to help manage perceptions. Okay, so now let's look at this. Behavioral styles. We say that observable tendencies that you and other people exhibit when dealing with tasks or people. No one best type of behavior. There's no one type that is so best, genuine. It might depend on the task. It might depend on the personality. It might depend on so many factors. So we tend to even behave differently in different environment with different people with different assignment. So there is no one best type of behavior. Different behaviors from your own does not indicate that others are wrong. Understanding your own behavior makes you a better customer service representative. Many good behavior models were those identified by Carl Genk and those in the early 20th century. 2 attitudes, introvert and extrovert. 4 impulses. We think, we feel, we have sensation, and then we have intuition. So we have 2 attitudes, introvert and extrovert. Introvert and extrovert. We have 4 impulses. We think, we feel, we have our senses, and then we go to intuition. Marston focused on a simpler model that addresses 4 dominant personality traits, and Myers-Briggs type indicator is a self-assessment. Now, learning about behavioral styles, the right hybrid model can help in understanding behavioral concepts. So, identifying behavioral patterns. While everyone has a primary behavior pattern, people are a combination of various behavioral styles. No best or worst style. Rational. Characterized as quiet, reflective, task-focused, and systematic. Rational. It's characterized as quiet, reflective, task-focused, and systematic. We have inquisitive. So we have these are the 4 behavioral. We are talking about the behavioral styles. We have people who are rational, and these are quiet. They reflect. You have to be rational. To be quiet, you have to reflect. Okay, task focused and systematic. Inquisitive characters as being introverted, but they are task focused and detail oriented. Then we have the decisive people. I say decisive people are direct. They are no nonsense approach to people and situations. And we have expressive. They are characters as being people oriented, fun loving, upbeat, and what have you. Now, so when you look at this rationale, we say inquisitive and all that. People who exhibit the rational behavior style prefers they are people who are congenial and often prefer to seek explanations for actions you take rather than accepting that policy says. How might you serve such a person effectively? So if somebody is rational, how may you serve that person effectively? Because they don't just go by policy, just accept what it is they They go beyond to explain, to gather explanations and push you to give meaning for everything that is done. Inquisitive behavioral style. These people with a primary behavioral preference of inquisitive are often more intrapersonal and focus on details, facts, and practicality. How would you address a customer who exhibit these characteristics? Decisive behavioral style. People with a primary behavioral preference of decisive tend to appear more formal and use direct statements and questions. How would you address a customer who exhibit these characteristics? We have the expressive behavioral style. People with a primary behavioral preference of expressive tend to be very people oriented, more relaxed, and often go with the flow. How would you address a customer who exhibits these characteristics? Communicating with each style. Once you know someone's style, you can tailor your communication strategies. Every person is a mixture of all four styles and can change styles based on situation. Be careful not to label someone as being one style. So, rational people, they are gentle, they do gentle handshake, they flow, they are non-dramatic with gestures, intermittent eye contact, periodically smiles during a conversation. They are steady with their cues, even delivery, subdued volume, slower rate of speech. Additional cues avoids confrontation, keeps communication brief. Communication follows a logical pattern. That's rational. Inquisitive, deliberate body movements, uses little physical contact. Correspondence is formal and includes many details. Inquisitive, quiet, slow-paced speech, minimal vocal variety. People who are inquisitive, we have the values, concise communication, uses details, prefers confirmative and backup, uses formal. So if somebody is gentle with handshake, steady, even delivery, avoids confrontation, is rational. But the inquisitive values concise communication, uses detail, prefers. So different ways of doing it. But people who are decisive, they are also steady, direct, eye contact. Writing tends to be short and specific. Gestures tends to be autocratic. Sit back in seat and analyzes others. Forceful tone speaks in statement. Direct and challenging. Fast rate of speech interrupts others to make point. Additional cues. Short attention span. Short attention span. So, short attention span. When listening, you move quickly from one topic to another. Short attention span when listening. You move quickly from one topic to another. Very direct and decisive. Communicates as if sword fighting. Expressive, enthusiasm, and inflection in voice. Active body language, very intense, dramatic. Writing tends to be flowery and includes many details. So behavioral, we have verbal cues say excessive details when describing something. Fast rate of speech emphasizes storytelling and light-hearted conversation. Now we come here. Inattentive to details in task, shares personal information and what have you. So decisive, expressive, and all that. Now relationship building skills. We have to use the effective communication and problem solving. It's a win-win situation. We need to produce that. We have to discover customer needs, and we have to say yes. And we have to also seek for opportunities for service. And these are ways we build stronger relationships. People send verbal and non-verbal clues based on their behavioral style. preference. Observe your customers' eye contact and their level of directness or evasiveness, how quickly or slowly they speak, and their level of warmth versus formality. Once you can read these clues, you will be better able to individualize the customer service you can provide. Can you think of a person in your life who exhibits this, clues or this behavioral styles? Just look at it. Building stronger relationships. Relationship building skills. Focus on process improvement. Seamless service. Make customers feel special. Be culturally aware. Know your product and services. Rational. Possible service strategies. Rational. Stress resolution and security of the issue. You have to smile when appropriate. You have to provide references or resources. You have to listen attentively. Make eye contact. That's rational. Possible service strategies. So as a rational person, you have to stress resolution, security of the issue, smile when appropriate, provide references or resources, listen actively, make eye contact. Focus on personal movement to convey your feelings about the incident. Then the inquisitive, you focus on the problem, not on the person. You have details and facts available. Approach in non-threatening manner. Listen actively, make eye contact, and focus on the situation. Be specific in outline actions to be taken by everyone. Follow through on commitments. Offer guarantees of resolution if possible. Give facts and pros and cons of suggestions. Decisive. Use low-pitched, unemotional speech. Be patient and listen. Be patient and listen empathetically. Do not internalize. Return a firm business-like handshake. Be brief and tell him or her what you can do. Offer solutions. Be formal, businesslike. Be time-conscious. Project competence. Ask questions that focus on what he or she needs or wants. Expressive. Reassure and be supportive. Allow him or her to vent frustrations. Smile and return eye contact while conversing. Take the time to offer assistance and comply with his or her. Focus on feelings through empathy. Return a firm business-like handshake. Patiently provide active listening and offer ideas and suggestions. Customers should not be kept waiting because your systems or process break down. By striving for seamless service delivery, customers of all behavioral styles are more likely to be satisfied. What can you do on a daily basis to enhance the service that your customers receive? Perceptions and stereotypes. Perceptions involve how someone views an item, situation, or others. Stereotypes are generalizations made about an individual or group and not based on reality. So perceptions involves how someone views an item, situation, or others. And then stereotypes are generalizations made about an individual or group and not based on reality. It could lead to legal charges of discrimination. Legal charges of discrimination. To avoid categorizing people, spend time observing them, listening objectively, and responding according to each unique situation of the person. Factors affecting perceptions. How are our perceptions shaped within a customer service framework? In essence, there are 6 categories that form the basis of many perceptions. 1. Personal appearance. How does a customer generally look related to factors such as dress? How does a customer generally look related to factors such as dress, jewelry, grooming, hygiene? That is personal appearance. Factors that affect perceptions. Your appearance, physical qualities. What does a person look like? What gender? What body shape? What color of skin, physical characteristics, hair color, you know, social roles, what is a person's position in society, job title, involvement in social or volunteer organizations, social behaviors. How does this person act in terms of the behavioral style? Because what social skills do they exhibit in social and business settings? How well do they interact with people, peers, customers, seniors, subordinates, and people of other races, gender, or backgrounds? Psychological qualities. How do they process information mentally? Is this person confident, stressed out, insecure, curious, paranoid? Group affiliations. Does this person belong to a recognizable religious, ethnic, or political group? What kinds of qualities are associated with each group? Do they assume leadership roles and demonstrate competence in such roles? Many preconceived ideas about an individual or group can lead to different or disparate treatment and poor service. What, pre, what preconceived ideas might affect how a server treats each of the groups shown in this? So you look at the first and look at the second. So what preconceived ideas might affect how a server treats each of the groups shown in these photographs? As usual, I own no rights. All right. I own my Margaret Hill. And thank you so much for being a part of this.